Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It's us, surprise, on a Saturday, slapping you with some serious conversation about a serious situation. Did that? Oh, ooh, that was bars. I am D Real. That is Theo B. Yeah, y'all saw us last night. Now you're looking at us again. Yeah, we're tireless. We're tireless when it comes to this thing because we got some stuff we feel like we need to say, and we're gonna say it. Hello and welcome.
What's going on, big bro? We in here. We happy to be here. We woke up this morning. Good Lord have mercy. We can do some stuff. We woke up.
Dig that. Okay. Well, we got the usual suspects in the building. Kamoyo King has pulled up. We got Grand Madam in the building. Hello, Grand
Madam. Grand Madam. The Queen Mother herself. The Queen Mother herself is in the building.
Afro in the building. What's going on, man?
My brother from across the water. I love that dude, man. I like the fact that we know where he at, he know where we at, and can't nobody tell because it ain't nothing but love. Like, I love that right there. I love that.
Respect. Yeah. He addressed each of us individually. I like that. He didn't say hello, D-Real. Hello, D-Real and Theo. He said hello, D-Real. Then he said hello. I like that. You. See, we can learn a thing or two from our brubs cross the pond. It's only proper. It's only respectful. But anyway,
yes, sir.
If you are in the building right now, then we are going to have a discussion about that book right there. New history. See, now, and just right away, I just want to say this. On the page, you notice new and history. Is that font like that purposely? Or was it like that would have fit the page the way it was supposed to fit the page? Because to me, that says something. They want the emphasis on the new history, which is what the book is.
That's the new. That's the new.
Okay.
That's the new.
So,
I'm with you. I'm once again.
Right. So in that spirit, if there are some of us in the building, and some of us that ain't in the building, like my man Rob from Comics Explain, no shade. If this is 2 milestone for you, or it ain't no matter what it is, whatever your level of milestone is, we gonna dip all in it today. So say that let's get all that out the way first. All right. Milestone kicked off what? I want to say February, March, somewhere around that time, 93.
Somewhere around then.
Okay. And we got Hardware, we got the Blood Syndicate, we got Icon, then we got Static. In that order. So your first impression of Curtis Metcalf when you ran into him, okay, he ain't a millionaire Tony Stark, but he giving me Tony Stark energy. I mean, fair enough, but bear in mind the name of that story, if I recall correctly, wasn't it Angry Black Man? Hold up. I got it right here.
Oh, because I mean, I see how Curtis been written.
Yeah, like go ahead.
I can't necessarily say, Curtis smiled a lot is what I'm saying. I can't necessarily say he smiled a lot.
He doesn't. He give off some serious Jason Statham energy.
He's strictly business.
Yeah.
Strictly business.
And the whole process of how we get to see how he puts the suit on, and it's more of a more of a jail theme versus clang metal. You know what I mean? It was more like a like he vacuum sealed himself first. And then he put
You
the
ready?
accoutrement vacuum seal.
Looked like he had Mysterium before other folks had Mysterium.
Huh. Too bad we didn't see too much magic. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean. But he was more, his focus was Edwin Alva. And Edwin Alva was like this billionaire cat that everybody know, Edwin Alva was the main adversary for hardware, and you done stole my,
Still is.
you done made money. Yeah, you done made money off my shine. So it's Armor Wars the way it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was. If I could say it, like, I'm not trying to draw any comparisons, but I want folks just to think about it. Alva was more or less the richer version of Obadiah Stane, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
More had more money. It was his company. Just picture Obadiah Stane having his company, his own company, and Tony Stark working for him. If that makes it more relatable for people and everything like that. That's right. What that was. Right. And they've been adversaries since ever.
Hey, you done stole everything that was mine, so now I got to come back. And the whole story plays Curtis going through henchmen to get at Alva.
Which is crazy. We got Alva on the cartoon show, but we never got Curtis. Alva popped up in Static Shock. We never got Curtis. And Alva is not Static's. That's not Virgil's villain.
Well, I mean, then that means I don't know if it was ready or it wasn't approved, but in order to explain hardware, you have to explain the concept. I mean, it could have been done. I don't know why it couldn't be, but I'm just saying you'd have to explain the concept of why doing a black man dirty holds so much emotional gravitas for us. You know what I mean? Make me feel it like you make everybody feel mutants.
Can I ask you a question? Quick segue. We here today, ladies and gentlemen. We talking milestone. That's what that is. We talking milestone. Talking milestone. But I'm gonna ask me a question Dwayne McDuffie might ask, or might be asked. See, he either gonna ask this question or he might be asked this question. I'm gonna ask Daryl. 2026, right? Remember the Watchmen? Remember what the hooded Justice had to wear? Who he really, really was up under the hood? Going back to Blue Marvel, how Kevin Grivio wrote his initial appearance. Right. My question to you is this: understanding that brothers and sisters that were mass vigilantes back in the 60s had to wear masks because they felt like America as a whole, as a nation, was not ready for a black superhero. My question to you is, could a black superhero walk around today, 2026, in America without a mask and have it go right? Like, have it go right. You have it go right. Like, you got everybody's trust off the rip.
If and only if they operated primarily in certain regions of the country. Keeping it a buck. I mean, in real life, first of all, we don't like people operating as vigilantes. We definitely don't like people of color operating as vigilantes, because people of color operating as vigilantes aren't vigilantes. They're terrorists, much as they're depicted in this book right here.
Could you imagine the dilemma you would be in as a black superhero in America? Like, you see something going wrong and you be like, I want to go help. But if I go out there, I know how this is going to come across. Like, you might get your behind shot off before you can help anything.
Right. But I'm saying, if you're gonna wear a mask, I'm like, let's just go all the way with it. I'm going to cover my entire body. You don't know what color I am. You know what I'm saying? Just be happy I'm on your side.
And he built like a black man. That's what they're gonna be saying. He built like a black man because I'm with you. I ain't showing nothing.
I mean, it's so much that you can do now with technology. You would have to have something on a Wakandan level of technology just to keep people from detecting you, because they can, just check your gait, your walk, and match it up with old people who move
look here.
That.
Can we think about what we're saying though? Like, in America, in 2026, you and I haven't been around, and we're not the oldest ones and everything like that, but haven't been around since the 60s. You and I, who have been reading comics ever, we identify with the good guy. You and I are literally saying, as grown men of color, that yeah, we could be a superhero, but show some skin tone? Hell no.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. I mean, because ain't the whole idea behind operating as a mask anything? Ain't the mask? Because comics in and of themselves always have been unrealistic when it comes to secret identities. I mean, far back as Clark Kent, this cat put on some glasses and the entire universe was fooled. I'm like, you can't see that's a big buff cat slumping over. You that's how you see it, you know what I mean? And further on, I mean, and they even do it like later on in the movies, like Batman, dude doing like this and looking at his jawline and like, Lex Luthor, like, you look like that guy. Yeah.
I like James Gunn's explanation. That worked for me because I'm like, ain't no explanation before they ever worked for me. But to your point, I'm like, the European, I feel like, will walk around with their skin hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Half mask and everything like that. You can see their face and everything, see their hair blowing through the wind. I ain't doing a damn thing. Like, no, you can't see nothing. No locks, no nothing. No, nothing.
I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy to find a mark or a blemish or something and match that up with your face somewhere else. Oh, we going to this dude's house. You know what I'm saying?
I need my voice changed and everything. I need my voice changed and everything. I don't need nobody thinking, oh, it's a black man out here saving America. No, because I know what you're going to do. I don't even want them problems.
Right. But
if I'm wrong,
let's get back to this milestone thing. This milestone thing here. Pretty much, like I said, you went a good maybe like 10, 12 issues straight, and that's what you was dealing with in hardware. But at the same time, a month later, Blood Syndicate came out. Okay, and Blood Syndicate, what was so great about Blood Syndicate was they wasn't no good guys. They wasn't no bad guys. They was for them. They was a gang. They was a gang, and they operated like a gang. And that's what you needed to understand if you was going to be a part of Blood Syndicate or even reading Blood Syndicate. It ain't going to end the way, you think them stories supposed to end. Issue number 1, they having static with leadership. That's how it kick off, okay, in true gang fashion. Okay, Holocaust, you the big crazy fool that if everybody know if you in charge, we gonna be fighting and killing people every day. This man is bloodthirsty and he does not need to be in charge. But They do it. Why black people got to do a trial by combat thing all the time? Hey, you want to be in charge, you got to run this fade. Even in Wakanda, hey, you want to be the king, you got to run this fade. That's just us, huh? That's just what we do. You want to be the leader? Come on, get them up. You know what I'm saying? Super Bowls, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that how they done N7 Noor? Ain't that apocalypse thing? We got to run this fight.
Okay, so Holocaust and Tech 9 square off, and it's like, ain't no way Tech 9 is beating Holocaust. I mean, we done seen what Holocaust can do, and we done seen Holocaust don't care. He ain't got no problem taking a life lickety split. He's that guy. And I guess being able to summon guns at will and shoot people in their cobblers works. Because that's what he did. He just kept shooting him in his Johnson.
That is something that we would do because we always believe the family jewels are the weakest thing on the body. We don't care we don't care what you got going on. Your family jewels are there for yeah, they there. They there. And my dog can summon guns like guns, missile launchers, like whatever I can squeeze the trigger on, bro. I got that for you. And
was shooting it right up in the cobblers. And I'm just like, okay, that is not something I expected to see in a comic book. So that's what made, and the stuff he was saying to him, you know, while he's shooting at him and like, yeah, your girlfriend told me yo Johnson's little. Wait, did he just say that to you? You know?
Is he not from the hood? Is he not? That's how we talk.
From the hood. Hey, and I'd be telling everybody about Flashback. I'm like, wait, did she just say, let me go smoke this crack and everything will be all right? They put that in the comic book. That's in the comic book. You know what I'm saying? I'm tripping reading this. And I'm telling people, hey, I'm reading this comic book about gangs and crack and folks shooting each other in the testicles. Bruh, this shit is great. You need to buy it. That's how I was.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Because I just hear certain people saying certain stuff. I didn't grow up in Smallville, USA. Like I didn't grow up on no farm. I can still relate to Clark Kent. You feel what I'm saying? Like I didn't walk out the back of a movie theater and my parents get assassinated and everything like that. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I can still relate to Bruce Wayne. That's what that is. I ain't never been off to space. You know what I'm saying? Been infected with no gamma rays and nothing like that. I can still relate to the Fantastic Four. So when we say a good story is a good story, you don't have to be from the hood to enjoy. That's a disingenuous mindset. You don't have to be from the hood to be able to appreciate a story that talks about superheroes being from the hood. That's what folks literally be saying, and I'll be laughing. I'll be wanting to throw a flag on the place, slap them in the face, whatever. Is you're literally making an excuse that more than you can make. When you say you can't, something doesn't resonate with you, you're lying, because quite a few of us can say that because you're saying it because of the characters involved. That's actually, no, you're not even saying it. You made it about the melanin of the characters involved. That's trash. You either can or you can't. Melanin, where they come from, has nothing to do with being able to appreciate a good damn story. Quite a few of us, myself, my brother, we don't have a damn thing in common with them characters aside from the fact that they're based on human story. So I don't want to hear that no more. But yeah, yeah. That's how we do though. I'm gonna shoot you in the nuggets. Right. And what is the most sensitive spot on a man's body?
Nuggets.
It could be Daryl, it could be Brock Lesnar. Me and you could be facing off against Brock Lesnar. One kick, if we just look at his nuggets too hard, Brock Lesnar is like, oh, stop. We know how sensitive the family jewels are. But he just reloading and shooting them off.
Right. Now, Flashback had a cool power. has she can go back 3 seconds in time. And you would think that ain't enough time. But you can do a lot of stuff in 3. You can do a lot of stuff.
I would like to have a little bit.
You know what I mean? We got people who are athletic enough to run damn near 40 yards in 30 seconds. So you can get some stuff done in 3 seconds. And the first thing happened, at least I think the first thing we see in the comic is they got this reporter running around with him named Roberta. And the first thing, they telling her, hey, we going where it's going to be other gangs and people going to be shooting to kill us and we going to be trying to kill them. So if you go, it's on you. And that's straight up what Tech-9 told her. If you go, it's your ass, so you can come on if you want to. And she came, and sure enough, she's staring down the barrel of a shotgun. Boom! Gets her head blowed off. Here come flashback. 3 seconds. Okay, man, how much can you do in 3 seconds? Flashback is able to run, tackle Roberta out the way, boom, and the shot misses her. 3 seconds.
They all have, I don't want to necessarily say unflattering because it's all about how you write them and everything like that. But they all have distinctive power sets. You know what I'm saying? All distinctive power sets.
Oh my goodness.
And we go back to the initial run, the initial artwork and everything like that. I don't want to say it, but for lack of better terminology, the book spoke to me. Like because I don't be wanting folks to act like that. I got what was going on in the book, as I'm quite a few. Watch this. Regardless of who you were, who you are, if you were raised in the inner city, you got those stories. Regardless of who you were, who you are, what you call yourself, if you were raised in the inner city, went to school in the inner city, those stories resonated with you. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Right. And furthermore, the violence, pretty damn graphic. You know what I'm saying? We are depicting dismemberment. I think Tech-9 shoots some people's hands off. And Masquerade turns into a lion and bites somebody's hand off. And I'm like, okay.
Watch this.
Ain't biting.
How many years after the LA riots, the Rodney King incident, did this comic come out? This series, these characters?
Months. Months. Literally months.
The thing is that, and we could easily go back, if we compare it to when Sam took on the Captain America mantle, the shield and everything like that. They had riots going on in New York. Ray's got the brakes beat off of him by law enforcement in that run. So if we're talking about stories involving us, and I don't even want to say that, like I said, if you're from the inner city, if you grew up in the inner city, went to school in the inner city, these stories, you know these stories. Like I don't want to act like that. You have literally got to been raised in Wisconsin, Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? In the cornfield, stood up and said, man, I don't know nothing about this way of life right here. And even with that, you can't stop lying. You didn't watch too many damn movies with urban stuff playing. I don't want to hear that.
That part.
I don't want to hear that.
That part. Okay, so pretty much, and then Tech-9 just like dissolves at the end of one adventure. He just melts away, and it's like, what? I like Tech-9. Why you have to off him? You know what I mean? And then why his son take over? And they don't like the way Wise Son run the Blood Syndicate. And Wise Son, like, I don't give up how y'all feel. You either with it or you ain't. And as evidence, he was able to go toe to toe at one point with Icon. So yeah, we talk about Black Superman. Yeah, Wise Son is that the Black Superman we deserve.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, and you know, we talked about it before and everything, where it's like, Dwayne McDuffie, I couldn't remember the word last night. It's a quota. I want all the money. I be wanting all the money. If I can go get this dollar over here and everything like that, because I heard another brother was talking about it. Actually, it was Rob. He's talking about how if the book does well enough, if it doesn't do well enough, then DC, how can you cancel something you ain't never started? Like that would kill me. Like, if the book don't do well, they're not gonna do anything with the character. They ain't been doing nothing with the characters. Don't hang up your expectations on the comic book, because you've been had them characters and ain't done nothing with them. Okay, will the comic do well? Do I really expect you to give me an ongoing monthly from this, historically speaking? No, I don't expect that, because you ain't done it. Regardless of how well that comic book do, regardless of how many reviews we do, regardless of, watch this, how well Rob speaks on it. Do I expect no.
But then after Blood Syndicate was Icon. Okay. And I feel like Icon was more the story of Raquel Irvin than anybody else. In that whole series, we knew more about, we heard more about, we saw more that was going on in the life of Raquel Irvin than anybody else, even Icon. You know what I mean? And it was, and she was interesting, and she was just like a round the way girl that fell in with the wrong crowd, and they rolled up on the wrong house to rob one night. And it happened to be Superman house.
I think if I had to look at Raquel's overall character development, she's that runaway character. I think the creators very much wanted it to be about Icon, but Raquel just stands out, and damn near in every iteration you see her in, whether it's, you know, in the pages or in the animation, she gets more screen time than Icon is. And even if we go back to Icon versus Hardware, that's Raquel's story. We want to make it about everybody else, but no, they spend a lot of time talking about Raquel. And when we go to Shadows of Dakota, come on now. Come on, you know, we covered that. Mr. Joseph Ellis wrote that. It's Raquel. They setting Raquel and Virgil up, but it's Raquel. Like, it ain't Icon like that. It's her. So I like it. I like it for our daughters and everything like that. To have that young female protagonist be doing stuff. I just wish we got more. I like what we were getting, what Joseph Illich was hinting at, that they were going to be the cornerstones of a new super team. It got me salivating.
Yeah, and I mean, and the evolution of the characters. I mean, because we start out, you know, and I hate to be political here, but Augustus Freeman was very much a conservative.
Can we add some context to that? Can we add some context to that?
Oh, sure. It makes sense because Republican Party was the party that supported the abolitionist movement. Who would know
Please
better?
Say that again.
The Republican Party was the party that supported the abolitionist movement. So, and that's why a lot of what they did, okay, who? First Republican president, Abraham Lincoln. He's associated with that. That probably wasn't necessarily what Abraham Lincoln wanted, but that was the wave of what, if you don't go with the wave, you're going to get washed over by the tide. So he went along with it, and he came out on the right side of history. Be that as it may, Augustus Freeman was there, from the inception of it, even participated in it. You know what I'm saying? So he would know. And so that's why his thing was always, okay, I'm rolling with these guys because these is the guys that treat me the best in this country. However, he didn't see the tides change because he got so complacent and caught up in his life. He's a lawyer and he's doing lawyer stuff. And, he's doing the Highlander thing. When you get too old, I become my son. And then I continue to live on like that. And so he was just doing his thing like that and amassed a little bit of paper. You know what I mean? Made him a little bit of money. So we find out later on, right, like I said, Raquel broke in and she found out, oh, this dude's Superman. Instead of being scared and running off and never coming back again, she came back, was like, you should be a superhero. And he's like, why should I? And that conversation literally became, I do this because these are the values I have. I've been taught to get mine on my own and pull myself up by my bootstraps and so on and so forth. And her thing is, it's our responsibility to inspire the collective because we can do more as a collective versus us just getting it on our own as individuals. There was a message for people of today in what I just said. But let me
tell you why I asked for that, because it's too many people that should know better making a statement that, and I go back to Rob and Ernie. Of course, Rob will like this because Augustus is a conservative. Pause for a second. The Republican Party back in the day was not the conservative party. It was the Democratic Party. And I wish grown men in their 30s, 40s, 50s that are content creators, covering comic books, if you're going to speak about Icon, if you're going to speak about Augustus and everything like that, it deserves context. We know what the Republican Party used to be. We know what the Democratic Party used to be. We also know the Southern strategy. If you're going to talk about it, be knowledgeable enough to speak on it. There were quite a few brothers and sisters coming out of the civil rights movement, still hanging on to old, outdated mindsets because the party had just changed. That's why Augustus was a Republican, because the Republican, as Darryl just said, were the party for the abolitionists. That's what that was. He saw that. He just didn't know, because he started living in his own world, secluded himself, that the parties had flipped. He didn't understand that. It took Raquel breaking that thing down to him. So when y'all speak about Augustus being a Republican, I don't care who you are, please start adding some context. If you Black and you speaking on Augustus and you do not add context, you're being irresponsible. You should know better.
Right. Them's facts. Now, this comic book, I think what I loved about Icon, I think, was the art when Doc Bright took over and was doing the art. And Doc Bright had Dennis Cowan was doing it first. I can't not give a shout out to my man Dennis Cowan. You know what I'm saying? That art was on point. Yeah, no doubt. So, but I mean, that art was on point too, because like I said, can't nobody draw a cape like Dennis Cowan draw a cape. You know what I'm saying? He have it be gamed out. You know what I'm saying? But when Doc Bright took over, because it reminded me of the pencils he did on Power Man and Iron Fist for Marvel. He also, towards the end of that run, he did a lot of that art, and that art was, I like the way, he draw. And they had this character named Buckwild. And my man was a straight rip of Luke Cage, dog. ride on this yellow like romper. And my man were talking in 70s slang, talking shit. I know they had.
We would have a superhero day. Dude be dressed like from back in the day. Look at Young Blood. Let me talk to you for a second. You think you're slicker than the grease oil paint, don't you?
Bruh, I was dying reading that comic book. I'm like, see, they know exactly what they doing. They doing that shit on purpose.
Bro, a yellow shirt with a crown on his head. Stop.
Bruh. Man, I was dying. I'm like, look at them with they budget Luke Cage.
Let me see where we at. We got 8 watching. I'm gonna ask folks to go ahead and hit that like button. I'm gonna go ahead and ask y'all to hit that like button.
Yeah, like it if you liking it, by all means. But on and on with Static. Static was the everyman superhero. You know what I'm saying? He gave off that Peter Parker energy. And I think that's what made us, everybody was like, oh, he's a black Peter Parker. We got our own Peter Parker now. And so we was feeling him, and we are here in real time watching his adventures, because in Static's first comic, he got his ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? That's what made it different. I'm like, this is the first issue. He got Static in the field. You God, you getting done like this?
I was surprised at how well received. And that's why I say I don't get it, because if you sit up here and say, well, I watched Static Shock, to the point where you get his name wrong, you steadily call him Static Shock. You ain't want to watch no more. You ain't want to get you no more of that, because Virgil crossed over. Like Static Shock, the cartoon, crossed over. You watched it. They had that dude with locks in his head and everything like that. I want to say, outside of Alva, there was probably only one other character that was European, and that was his best friend.
Yeah.
And he developed powers later on as a Bang baby. So it's like,
and he had a Caucasian girlfriend.
Watch this, which is possible, because you really don't get, and you really don't get where we link up with one another unless we in them southern rural states, because of the perception of if you date outside your race. But in more diverse cities, areas and everything like that, you gonna get folks dating all over the damn place. Like, that's what that is. And so I don't know how you watched the cartoon, enjoyed it. They did a magnificent job with it, by the way. Enjoyed it, and I'm gonna go back to my old habits after the cartoon. The cartoon should have been like Bill Cosby. You should have learned something after every episode of Static Shock, is what I'm saying. You should have.
Yeah, you should have. But I mean, Static, from that, from those ashes, rose from those ashes and became arguably the greatest milestone character today. I hear more people talk about Static or Static Shock than any other milestone character. He's there. Static is the flagship character of Milestone, period. So
it ain't his
adventures, his adventures are what everybody wants to see first. So we want to hear about what he did. We want to hear about who he faced. And he had, he was a bang baby. So he had to deal with a lot of different bang babies. Some of them he was handling and others he was getting handled by. So it was almost kind of like the Stan Lee Ditko run on Spider-Man. He encounters these characters, and a lot of them characters is memorable, and he learns something from getting beat up, or he learns, or he'll go back and think about it, and come back to the fight, kind of like how Spider-Man, I'm thinking this time I'm using magnetism, I'm using ultramagnetism, I'm using gravity, you know what I'm saying? And because he was a science nerd, and he could dope things out like that. And I do not think I have seen another character depicted more animated than Static. Static had his own damn show. Static was on Justice League Unlimited. Static was showing up places. So Static's a whole thing. He's whatever you start with Milestone, got to start with Static. So Static and Rocket sounds like as great a place to start as any, because pretty much that's where we at now, since they have like magazine, they have stuff like Zombie and Shadow Cabinet. Yeah, I mean, it was a couple of other books that Milestone did, but mainly it was those 4 that we was checking for.
I think the problem with Static, and I'm being sarcastic when I say problem, is that, and it's kind of like the same thing I would say about T'Challa. If you give Virgil an ongoing monthly, that is your number 1 teenage superhero. And you've been trying to get one for the longest time. DC. You've been trying to make it certain folks. You messed up when you got rid of Young Justice. You should have, I don't know what y'all had going on, but that team was hit. That team was lit. Y'all messed up Young Justice. The comic book, y'all messed it up. Well, right now, if the breakout star, and they know it because they put him on the Teen Titans, and then they took him right off because everybody, Virgil on the Teen Titans. We finna read this. No, get his ass off the Teen Titans. Because we're not gonna be checking for Garfield.
Yeah, exactly right.
Ain't nobody gonna be checking for Raven. Virgil is the interesting guy. What folks might want to see more than anything else is Virgil. Watch where I go with this one. Is Virgil and Tim team up? It wouldn't have been Connor. It would have been Virgil and Tim, because their relationship, that's like mixing Kool-Aid with sugar, water. It go together too damn perfect. But Virgil, funny, like T'Challa, will supplant other characters if they write him consistently. He just got that type of appeal. Some folks don't want that. They don't.
Well, funny that you should mention, right? Funny that you should mention Static, who is currently in a Static and Batman Beyond comic book. So we already know that we get the Static in the future, because he's already teamed up with Terry. And I don't know if you've been following it, but Static seems to be in more of a leadership position over Terry. At least he sounds.
Wouldn't that
like
be the next evolution?
And he's married with a child. So I mean, we get this. We get this next evolution of Static. Is all of this? My question is: it all canon? Is this what the Static we seeing here? Is this gonna be the Static of the future?
I want to say no. Sad to say, I want to say no. If we look at how Reginald Hudlin, Black Panther, Annual 1. The Watcher, we got the Watcher showing up for T'Challa and Aurora's marriage, and there's this I literally have read folks will say there's no significance to it. Folks forced them to do any fictional character gets married, you're forcing them to get married. It's just stop saying stupid stuff. I don't know. I don't believe so because I'm looking at history. You have to have somebody that gives a damn. And right now, obvious to say, they're not showing either one of them. Big two, they give a damn. So any story we get with Virgil in it, until somebody comes in and says, we're going to give you an ongoing monthly, I'm looking at it as a one and done or alternate universe, alternate timeline. Because what did we say when we went off the air last night? This isn't DC's first attempt at merging Milestone into the primary universe. It's the next time. It ain't the first time, it's the next time. They've done this at least 2 or 3 other times with, we get all hyped and stoked and everything just for them to back away from it. So with that being the history, I bought it. I bought 2 copies. Got the regular cover and the alternate cover. I feel good about what I wrote. I'm going to say about what I've read, but I don't feel like the publishing company is going to do anything meaningful with it after that.
Yeah. and it ain't not my thing is there's no shade towards the artists or the writers. My thing is, just like you're saying, what is this another attempt? And is this something where we, we're trying to permanently bind the Milestone universe to us, where it ain't even the Milestone universe no more. It's DC Afrocentric. You know what I'm saying? And sadly, it's something that DC need. They long should have had, but why now? You know what I mean?
Watch this.
To me, it feels strategic.
Watch this. It is strategic. Watch this. Didn't Luthor come in and have them sign paperwork saying they can't even operate as superheroes? So you're not going to see them outside of Dakota. So if you don't get a comic book with a character from Dakota in it, DC has told you these heroes are stuck in Dakota. Don't look for them outside of Dakota. We're not necessarily inclined to show them outside of Dakota. Even though Dakota is in the primary DC universe, if we're not doing a story talking about Dakota, good luck seeing these stories. Hard. Never mind. Like I said, we got it at the house. I don't want to say I'm a pessimist with it. I don't want to say that because I'm a romantic at the end of the day.
Say, here we go.
I'm an optimist, but
now I'm gonna try to be the ray of sunshine in the middle of all this. And I'm gonna say they at least they appear to be focused on legacy. Okay, because we get to see Raquel's child.
True. Facts. I like that. I enjoyed that.
Right. And I don't know if it was just me. I don't know if I was watching. I thought the kid was autistic, but I could be wrong. Either way, no, I'm seriously. I thought I saw like a Young Justice episode or something where they depicted the child as autistic or something. So I'm like, well, maybe that's just that universe's iteration. But anyways, there are some very well told stories in this book. But here's what I want to point out. Here's what I wanted to point out. Okay. There, and we was talking about earlier. When they start sending people into Dakota. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, y'all gonna comply with what we saying, or we gonna send people in there. And Dakota like, send them. You know what I'm saying? And they sent the Suicide Squad. Oh, We gonna take care of this nice and quiet. But they who they run into? The blood syndicate. Uh-oh.
And they don't know nothing about they don't know nothing about nice and quiet.
Blood, we don't care who you are. You own our turf. That's all we know. You own our turf, and I gotta put hands on you for that. And that's how. And now I don't want to be petty. But this is just a moment. This is just a moment. Here we go. Dear Batman fans, here come my hot take. In the new history of the DC universe, Bronze Tiger gets into a fight with Wise Son.
He does.
The last thing we see of that fight is Bronze Tiger on his back. Bronze Tiger has been said to be a good enough combatant to go to toe-to-toe, and at least on one occasion defeat Batman in hand-to-hand combat. Who, and need I remind you, supposedly is a master of 127 different martial arts. So does that mean? So does that mean if Batman and Wise Son get into a fight, Wise Son gonna put Batman on his back too?
You know, I like that question, except for a couple of things. Val Armor should have beat Bruce's ass when he woke up in the Justice League thing, but they try to play that thing off.
When he was trying.
Yeah, they try to play that thing off. And so okay. I'm looking at it like this, because it's ironic that you mentioned Batman, because I'm like, so new history of the DC universe. We got superheroes in Dakota. Superhumans in Dakota.
They like to say metahumans over there.
Metahumans. We got metahumans in Dakota. That's a city, right? One city.
Dakota.
It's a
Dakota
massive metahuman outbreak in Dakota. Bruce Wayne is Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is Bruce Wayne. So you ready? This me spitballing here. So Bruce Wayne, being Bruce Wayne, did not know the Bane incident. Like, he got news, he got all them video screens and everything like that. See, this is me looking at the DC universe for real right now. So I'm supposed to believe that Bruce would not only pull up in Dakota with the big three, it was just him and two other folks. Bruce ain't trying to recruit nobody. Clark ain't offer nobody membership, because see, now I'm like, I know how to get folks to see some milestone characters for real. Shout out to the late great Dwayne McDuffie. When he took over writing chores for the JLA, Justice League of America. Yeah. We had Icon and Clark go toe to toe and everything like that. We had the Shadow Cabinet and everything like that, and the Justice League. Yes, Lord, we did. And when worlds collide, like I said, this ain't the first time, this the next time. So once again, if I'm DC, I want all the money. Why Hardware ain't a member of the Justice League? Damn it, we want Superman to go do some stuff. Well, where is Icon when Superman busy? Hey, big dog, Clark busy. Augustus, can you come fill in real quick? No. It shouldn't be that damn hard. You feel what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that hard. It's like Dwayne said. They got a quota on how many Black superheroes can show up on fictional superhero team. They got a quota on how many fictional Black comic books they can. That's crazy.
Well, I mean,
I got it at the house though. You see, you got Icon at the house.
I just pulled them out not too long ago. Yes, sir. I still have Icon at the house.
You got Static at the house.
Funny you
I'm
should
asking
mention
rhetorical
that.
questions. Yeah.
That's who right under. That's who right under icon. Not only do I
Yeah,
have
So
that static, I got
that's what I got.
this static.
That's what I got. See,
So
look at you.
I
Look
got,
at you.
Hey, what? Take your choice. Take your choice.
See, so you good. So I'm like, you know, we hate, you know how we say we got it at the house. I don't expect DC to do a damn thing. Shout out to Todd McFarlane. Shout out to the writers that came before.
Where my blood letter figure at, Ty?
Right.
I would love
Watch
this blood letter figure, Ty.
Shout out to the editors that came before what we got going on right now. Y'all let me get some stuff. I ain't finna beg nobody else. I got it at the house. I ain't finna beg nobody else. I got anytime me and Daryl want to, we can use our action figures and come up with our own story of Milestone. I ain't got to do that, okay? You know, you don't want to employ my brothers and sisters and everything like that. I'm still upset about the queen sitting at the house. I'm mad about that because I feel like she should be writing our favorite character. But nevertheless, I digress. I got 4 great stories in my opinion. And tell me if I'm wrong, you couldn't tell where one story stopped and the other one began. That's just how seamless those writers did it. You could tell they was all on one accord and everything like that. So I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very appreciative. I don't believe
I'm like, did we just bleed into? It just bled into heavy duty. You know what I'm saying? We was fighting Suicide Squad. Next thing you know, Captain Adam pulling up. Wait.
So I think people have rallied behind this comic book. Does it matter? I can't necessarily say it does because we've always seen us rally behind Milestone anything. I know since me and you been knowing each other, soon as they say DC say they're gonna do something Milestone, we all at it, we pubbing it, we covering it and everything like that. So I don't want and based on what we've done, and we're not the only ones, we know people rock with Milestone.
Oh,
so
heavy.
It's not that Milestone isn't popular enough for DC to put out a monthly ongoing title. They don't want to. And I'm not gonna beg you to do something I know damn good and well, historically speaking, you show me you don't want to do. Okay.
Right.
Still make it. It was still bad. It was still a damn good book though. So y'all ain't gotta do a damn thing with it. You're missing money.
That could very well be the case, but I know they throwing that bone out there. You know, at the end of the book, you got Static taking his uniform out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And at the beginning of all of this, when I explained it to you, and that's why we came to Static last. Static is the last character to drop a comic, but the first in everybody's heart. So are they kicking something off, and we're gonna kick it all off with Static?
I would say if they do kick it off, it would be with Static. I like if they're going to kick it off, I think what they would do, the powers that be, would lean heavily on the people involved in the creative process of this issue, of this comic book. And they're gonna slay it. Like I said, I covered the Static Shadows of Dakota run by Nicholas Draper Ivy, straight fire. We've covered run by Joseph Illich, straight fire. Yeah. And if we going off the other 2 writers that were involved in the process, like I said, it was a seamless transition. Wasn't no downtime. Like everything made sense, everything fit. So I'm like, okay, you're gonna make it do what it's gonna do. You're gonna have an ongoing monthly comic book. That's what that is. And now, just being fair, is everybody gonna buy it? Okay, this is when I would say, ask Rob. Now, the reason why I say that is because I know what we gonna do, but we're not the group that we won't buy a comic because we're not in it. We've been buying comics we haven't been featured in for years. No, there's a demographic. that if something come out and it ain't got a European male in it, they not effing with it. So you got to ask them, but should DC even be looking for them to buy it?
Who knows?
Don't count money when you know it's not coming. You know they're not gonna buy. So don't look for them to buy. It should be about growing the audience of Milestone. Those that aren't gonna read it, not gonna read it. But Virgil could be that international hero that you speak of in regards to, can T'Challa be leveled up? You can level Virgil up to that if you wanted to. That's a simple t-shirt with a lightning bolt across it.
Yeah. I mean, and you're already giving us future versions of Static, and in one sense, it would be easy to say, "Oh, that's a potential future." Why can't it just be his future? Why can't that just be what he gonna be successful? He gonna marry. He gonna have a child. His child gonna inherit his powers, and a legacy gonna continue on. So what's wrong with that? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know.
I don't, like I said, as a comic book fan, I don't know what to say because I've literally watched Franklin Richards grow up. And that is one of the rarest things in comic book storytelling, to watch a damn child grow up. They stay kids forever. This dude didn't grow up. He didn't went from being a blonde to a brunette. And I'm sitting up here like, his daddy ain't even got black hair. Like, what in the hell? Never mind. So
he's a mutant.
He ain't even that right now. They don't know what the hell Franklin is. Yeah, we read Fantastic Four. Yeah. But yeah, so Virgil has all the qualities to be that go-to hero. And honestly, Virgil has the qualities to be that go-to hero regardless of somebody's ethnicity, regardless of somebody's gender, orientation, race. But because he does have that potential, he scares quite a few people who are insecure in their own being. That's what that is.
Yeah. But as far and I don't want nobody saying that I talked about this book and I didn't give the shouts out where the shouts out was due. Nicholas Draper Ivy and Edward Gamon were writing the artist team on the new history. Morgan Hampton and Fico Osio are another writing artist and team that worked on this book, as well as my man Carlos Pagulian, love his art, and Steven Segovia did art with Stephanie Williams. Hey, Stephanie, Temporal, anyone? Did art. And, of course, Valentine DeLandro and our man Joseph Illich did work on this book. So, shouts out, love, and respect the inkers, the colorists. If I can get y'all name individually, I know y'all played an important role, too, in the production of this whole thing. Why can't we get something like this outside of Black History Month?
You guys see on. So I remember what I said last
night. That wasn't a rhetorical question.
Watch this. I'm gonna go like this. So when I was going to high school, right, we had this dude named George Silas. He was a senior when I was a sophomore. We called him Cool George Silas. We called him Cool George Silas. George. We called him Cool. George came to school well-dressed every damn day. This was Mr. Smith when I was in high school. Like, this is what this was. This dude had the penny loafers with the brand new damn penny in them. This dude was wearing sweater vests with button-down shirts and the tie and everything. This what this was. George played free safety for us. Football, right? George hit like Ronnie Lott. Ran like Deion Sanders, hit like Ronnie Lott. Right. George was so damn cool. If you know how many, when we was in high school, how long did you have to get to class?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. George's classes could be right next door to one another. And because he was that damn smooth, that damn cool. He was like Denzel Washington. He didn't walk, he strutted. It would literally take him the whole damn 10 minutes to walk from that class that was next door to his other class to get to the other one. There, the dude walked up to me one time. George was so cool, you consider it a compliment if he knew your damn name. Like you was honored. Damn, he know my name. Forget all the fact we play on the same damn football team. He walk up to me, he say, "Hey Gerald." I'm shocked. He know my damn name. Yeah, we on the same football team. He know my name. He know my damn name. There, he walk up to me, say, "Gerald, do you mind if I get a few chips? I just got a bag of potato chips out the snack machine, right? Cool. Daryl, I'm used to folks reaching in like this. My dog took these 2 damn fingers in this thumb right here. I had never seen no itch like this before in my damn life. But I say we call him cool. He reached in with these 3 damn digits right here. Reached into the bag, pulled out 2 damn chips, stuck between these 2 damn fingers right here. Like, thank you, brother. And walked away. I said, mother, like, so why do I say all that? Folks go above and beyond to keep telling us that they them. If you them, you just move like it. George ain't have to subvert nobody. George ain't have to talk bad about nobody. No. George just went about his business. Well, you got grown men working for comic book companies, just call a spade, and they not cool. They not cool. They ain't never been called cool. Even with the stuff that they writing, they not seen as cool. So what they got to do is diminish everything around themselves to make themselves look cool. That's not gonna make you look cool. You either cool or you not. You either him or you not. You either her or you not. And if you got to keep saying it over and over and over and over and over again, you not. You not. You not. If you got to not show people, because see, this is the damnest thing. I don't give a damn who you put me up against. I like me. You can put me up against anybody. I like me. Daryl like him. What it is you don't want to be up against somebody because you don't like your chances. You know why? Because you're not him. You're not him. That's what that is. They not them. I'm sorry. This is what we called it back in school. You could tell somebody that was just putting on, like, he ain't shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did the dude say? There was another dude, I'm not gonna mention his name. Daryl, he used to put on for the crown. And we all used to look like this, side-eye. He would tell you who he was, unlike George Silas. He would tell you who he was. It would take the women who he wasn't satisfying to tell you exactly who he was. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got to, when you him or her, you ain't got to announce it. You ain't got to subvert nothing. Your presence alone is good enough.
Should be.
Virgil just showed up on Saturday morning television. He ain't tell nobody I'm him. Virgil just showed up. You fell in love with Virgil based on the right. They ain't never said Static is the greatest this, Static is the greatest that, and the third. You fell in love with Static.
Yeah. And those cartoons will be available to watch all 3 seasons of Static Shock on Tubi.
Look at my dog.
Tomorrow.
Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Look at my dog.
Y'all have fun. Y'all have fun. I know I'm gonna watch me a few episodes, might watch a whole season. I know I want to see the one where he team up with the Justice League. So yeah. So yeah, we'll have fun doing that. But overall, I guess I want Milestone to be a theme by itself, but if the price you gotta pay to be around is to do what the big companies say, can we make that a temporary thing?
I don't know. I said it on TikTok. I'll say it again. We've grown up as comic book fans. We read Conan. We read graphic novels, New Mutants, God Loves, Man Kills. We felt sick as kids when they took Captain Marvel off the table. We remember that cover and everything like that when he was laying in Death's arms and everything like that. And those stories touched us. Had nothing to do with anything other than the fact that we were comic book fans and we were rooting for the superhero. That's all it was. And so with that being what that was, and me just knowing where we come from, yeah, we wanted our own, but we didn't look down on anybody else's. We read Captain America. We read Captain America and the Falcon. We read the Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? We read the Avengers when we were barely featured in those comics and everything like that. So when people make, certain statements and everything, like, nah, man, what you're telling me is I'm actually a better comic book fan than you because I'm able to read stories about characters that aren't me in ways in which you can't. So when I look at Milestone, it should be real, real easy. These are pretty good characters, if not great characters. It shouldn't be hard as a publishing company, an editorial chief, to be able to do something with these characters. If you can't, it's not because you lack the wherewithal to be able to do so. You don't want to. That's what I'm at with. You don't want to.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me Christopher Priest. You're not. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said, or you just want to have them at your beck and call, you know what I'm saying? Like, and continue to do what they do with all of their black characters. Just keep them shelved. I got possession of them, but I'm just going to keep them shelved. I ain't going to do nothing with them. I ain't going to write no stories about them. I ain't going to create no universe around them. Why have them then?
To nerf them. You don't want them to be seen. Just like BET, just like Carl Kanai, just like Fubu Fat Farm. You get big enough, and they know you're getting big enough because you're getting ready to replace their brand. Because honestly, we're not the only ones wearing our stuff. The whole world is wearing our stuff. So you're getting ready to replace their brand. And so what they wind up doing is offering you money, life-changing money. You literally could have grew it yourself if you bet on yourself, but because you lacked, you thought your brand only appealed to black people. They didn't buy your brand because your brand only appealed to black people. It's not worth anything like that. They bought your brand because your brand was appealing to everybody. Let's be clear. BET had took over MTV as far as the ratings war was going. They had better ratings than MTV. Okay, well, Viacom saying, let me buy you. They issue Bob Johnson a check. We ain't got to worry about BET subverting MTV no more. We can dumb it down. Okay, well, there's no reason. The best way I can say it is this. If you worked at DC and the roles were reversed, and say the characters from Milestone were European, based on the writing you got in this book, would you have a problem as the editor-in-chief issuing an ongoing monthly?
Nah, not at all.
Right. Now watch this.
If we talk
as the editor-in-chief at DC, if you already got access to these characters, Static is white. Does he have an ongoing monthly already? Or you waiting on this? Have you not put out an ongoing monthly with Static with Bert? What'd you say?
Oh yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, definitely.
So me and you sitting up here saying we can see the value in characters that don't look like us, while you got pretenders acting like it's difficult to see value in characters that don't look like them. You pretending. I'm not trying to hear that. Not trying to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, good writing is good writing, and these 8 people primarily are responsible for putting out a very well written, very well illustrated piece of work. I just wish we could do stuff like this more often. Let's get this going every Black History Month and every Juneteenth and every Kwanzaa. I mean, since you want to equate it to things, can we have it 3 times a year? Let's do it like that, at least. You know what I'm saying? So that's about all I got to say about it.
Listen, once again, I want to thank you for Hey Theo, get your milestone action figure game together. We went out and we got that icon and everything like that. And because you are who I consider you him. See, I just said you him when it comes to action figure. I'm sitting there, I got it. My milestone ain't gonna be complete till I get my static. Till I get my static. My static came in. I was like, you know what? I don't want you thinking, DC Comics, that if you don't F with Virgil, I don't F with Virgil. I F with Virgil every day now when I walk in my office.
There you go. And there you go. I mean, and that's a clear sign right there. You need to be doing something besides little pokes and prods. Go ahead, go full out. Put him on. Put him on. See what happens. What's the worst thing can happen? It could sell. It could put you back on the map. You can have a black title. You can have a black monthly title.
You ready? They don't want me saying this, but you got to show me you don't want me saying it. We've been having our children dress up like Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman for the longest damn time. That's what that is. I don't think you're ready for your child to come home dressed like Virgil.
Oh, they sure wasn't ready for their child to come home dressed like T'Challa. But
right. So you see what I'm saying? It's like that. If I know it's 2026 and we still got children being taught they shouldn't associate with other children based on skin color in 2026. So that's what that is. I don't want to hear that. So I'm good. Like I said, I bought my 2 copies. I was pleased with what I got, unlike some other stuff. I won't mention it, but I got my 2 copies.
I'll keep my mouth shut too.
Right. I got my 2 copies. I got my action figures. I got my group, the Rock With Me Nation. We interact with one another and everything like that. So, I mean,
Rock With Me Nation.
I'm surrounded with folks where we can always talk about milestone. So that's all I'm telling folks. Like, I ain't ever without milestone. If I want some knowledge, I got some folks that I can lean on. Hey, tell me such and such and such, so and so. So I'm good. I'm good. F you, DC. Is what I'm saying.
Hey, well, and that is many people's opinion. Unfortunate they don't want to do nothing about it, but I mean, it is what it is, man. I hope they bounce back. I hope they bounce back and see the error of their ways. Kamayo said we need these black creators to talk more than just a handful of people to interview.
I'm gonna tell you, and you probably feeling it too. I want to send a special shout out to Marvel Comics and DC Comics for allowing me to spend my money elsewhere. My brother Darryl has spent his money elsewhere on comics and action figures. I myself have spent my money elsewhere on action figure and action figure accessories. So to the editors over there at Marvel and DC, much appreciating everything like that. Good looking. I ain't mad. I really want you to understand I'm not based on y'all helping me save some money. We get that crate coming in. We get Big Lob. We get Scorpion. We get what other dude I said? Oh, Night Viper. Good looking. I appreciate y'all saving your boy some money. Darryl, you saving some money for switching from DC and Marvel over there?
Okay. I keep my I stay on swivel. If I see something nice that Mythic Legions make, I pick it up. If I see something nice NECA make, I pick it up. If I see something nice that Mexico make, I pick it up. If I see something, you know what I'm saying? Bottom line, you get what you like from wherever you like. I mean, they might have some black characters I like in DC Multiverse. I'm gonna pick them up. But as far as the rest of that stuff, I might not. You know what I'm saying? If you got something I like, I'm rock with it.
Like Flavor Flav, I can't do nothing for you, man. I want to say thank y'all for allowing me to spend some change on my football action figure. I really, really do. 2 Georgia Bulldogs, Army, and Navy in the house. Good looking Marvel DC. Good looking.
Yeah, and yeah, that there is my Mythic Legion Monkey King right there. Look at all the money I saved picking this up with mad accessories. versus buying some stuff that I ain't really was gonna be happy with.
You sugar dig what I'm saying. You sugar dig what I'm saying. So I just, I ain't mad. Me and you, the Rock With Me Nation. Ooh, you need to know we will either make it ourselves. I'm gonna say we will either take it ourselves or make it ourselves. You better hope and pray we choose the latter. Hope and pray we choose the latter. Thus far,
Okay,
we've been making it for ourselves.
I see what Kamalio's saying. He's saying how like how I can just like have an open dialogue with Dave Peppers. These other, I mean, they should be approachable because I mean you're a trusted, respected name in your field. But y'all still human beings. My whole thing is I got more respect for a person that if I ask you for an interview or a conversation or something like that to just flat out tell me no, then ignore me.
So I'm gonna say it's my fault.
Yeah, I've had artists I reach out to, writers and stuff like that just flat out ignored me, didn't holler back at me at all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. But now when you see me rocking and rolling with somebody else, don't you tell me I ain't enough of this or enough of that. Or you know what I'm saying? Oh, he don't talk to these folks, but because they don't call back. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to be sitting around waiting on y'all all day. Y'all better get beside, stop being so beside yourself.
You ready?
But that ain't everybody.
Now I could be arrogant when I say this. I could be being arrogant when I say this. I think it's my fault. I think it's my fault. And the reason why I say that is because you're never going to have a problem if I say your stuff is good. You're not going to have a problem with it because I'm going to be able to articulate why I found it good. You're never going to have a problem with that. What you will have a problem with as a writer is if I don't find it good. Because you know I'm going to be able to say exactly why it's not good. And here's what I found. They love you when you talking good about their writing. Don't want to hear nothing from you, associate with you, be talking to you, be known to be. If you criticize their writing, that's a fair weather friend. That's what we call them back in the day, a fair weather friend. I said it before. I'm Siskel and Ebert. That's who I grew up with. So if you are a writer of a movie, a writer of a comic book, I came up with Siskel and Ebert. I am a true, watch this. I'm not a comic book reviewer by any means of the situation. I'm a comic book critic. Them two different things. Reviewing means I'm just going to tell you the story. Oh no, I can tell you whether I like it or don't like it, and whether you agree with what I say or not. It's going to make sense. And so what I've seen, how you and I interact, if your writing ain't solid, we're not going to do what others in our circle do. We're not going to glaze you. We didn't glaze you when we was bragging on it. We're not going to glaze you when we constructively criticizing it. That's what's wrong. Too many writers, Christopher Priest, is one of those who, as long as you saying something good, he good. Say something bad, it's a problem.
I'm going to sue you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, critic, artist, critic, they go hand in hand. If I mean, being sensitive is one.
Hold on. You said he was gonna sue. Am I mad at the person he talking about suing now that I know who it is?
No, but it's just the fact of the matter. It's the fact. It's the principle. It's principalities involved.
I don't even know. Watch this, Daryl. I don't even know what the principles are, considering how the person that interviewed him gets down. Christopher Priest might have had a great ass reason for threatening to sue that damn dude based on how that dude get down. And that's that dude. So I don't know. I know what I thought, but when I know how this dude get down, Rifter, trying to be the next July, he want to be August. Christopher Priest might have been dead. Christopher Priest might have been validated in what he was doing. I'm not gonna issue no sympathy points to a grifter that's trying to come up at my people's expense.
You doing some serious grifting there. If you got somebody talking about, I don't like how you depicted me, and yeah, I don't know. I ain't.
He all over the place, big dog.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm leaving alone. I ain't going there. My name Bennett. That's Paul. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go ahead and end this joint on a high note, man. We already told you last night what we're doing, so just look for the projects that we're gonna be rocking this weekend. We're gonna be bringing them to you just like we said we was gonna. I am the real. That is Theo B, and I just want to say, Theo, thank you for coming out today. And chopping it up with me on this milestone thing on this last day of Black History Month. We getting it in.
I was excited to do it, big dog. Like, you know, you my brother. You know what I'm saying? That is what that is. You keep me motivated and everything. So I was excited. I was looking forward to it and everything. I didn't know if I was gonna make it, but we here. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Good shit. And with that, we also want to thank the Rock With Me Nation for pulling up. We love, appreciate each and every one of y'all. It's too many of y'all to shout out up in here. So I'm going to just shout you out as the Rock With Me Nation. That's it for now, but we'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. Be checking for us. We checking for y'all, checking for us. We out, Trump.